don't think you have anything to worry about, Charlie Brown. After all, science has shown that a person's character isn't fully established until he's at least 5 years old.
But I am 5. I'm more than 5.
Oh, well, that's the way it goes.
The only thing wrong with Charlie Brown is his lack of confidence, his inferiority, and his lack of confidence.
His clumsiness, his inferiority, and his lack of confidence.
His stupidity,
His clumsiness,
inferiority, and his lack of confidence.
Did you know Charlie Brown has never pitched a winning baseball game, never been able to keep a kite in the air, never won a game of checkers, and never successfully punted a football? Sometimes I marvel at his consistency.
Well, I think Charlie Brown has nice hands.
Oh, it's truly a dog's life. I feel so neglected. Charlie Brown never brings me coffee in the morning.
Now, Linus, I want you to take a good look at Charlie Brown's face. Would you please hold still a minute, Charlie Brown? I want Linus to study your face. Now, Linus, this is what you call a failure face. Notice how it has failure written all over it. Study it carefully, Linus. You rarely see such a good example. Notice the deep lines, the dull, vacant look in the eyes. Yes, I would say this is one of the finest examples of failure face that you're liable to see for a long while.
You know, for a big brother, Charlie Brown isn't bad. But Linus is my big baboo.
Some days, I like to wake up early to watch the sunrise. And I'll think about how my life lies before me, and I'll get a very positive feeling about things. Like this morning, for instance. The sky's so clear, the sun's so bright. How could anything go wrong on a day like this?
You're a good man, Charlie Brown. You're the kind of reminder we need. You have humility, nobility, and a sense of honor that is very rare indeed. You're a good man, Charlie Brown, and we know you will go very far. Yes, it's hard to believe, almost frightening to conceive what a good man you are.
You are kind.
You are kind to all the animals and every little bird. With a heart of gold, you believe what you're told.
Every single solitary word.
You bravely face adversity. You're cheerful through the day. You're thoughtful, brave, and courteous.
And you also have some thoughts before the moment. Let's just say that
You're a good man, Charlie Brown. La 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 la. La 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 la. You're a good man, Charlie Brown. You're a prince and a prince could be king. With a heart such as yours, you can open any doors. You can go out and do anything. You could be King Charlie Brown. You could be king.
if only you weren't so wishy-washy.
A book report by Sally Brown. My story takes place in Naples Valley, California. This is wine country. And on one of those ranches, there lived a rhino who became so fond of drinking wine, he became a wino rhino. Oh, man.
Lunchtime is among one of the worst times of the day for me. I always have to sit here alone. Of course, mornings aren't so pleasant either. Lying there and thinking if anyone wouldn't miss me if I never got out of bed. Well, then there's the nighttime too, lying there and thinking of all the stupid things I've done during the day. Then there's when I do all those stupid things. Well, lunchtime is among one of the worst times of the day for me. I guess I better see what I got. Peanut butter.
You know, some psychiatrists say that people who eat peanut butter sandwiches are lonely.
I guess they're right.
And when you're really lonely, the peanut butter sticks to the roof of your mouth.
Boy, the PTA sure did a good job painting these benches. Hey, there's that cute little red-headed girl I know eating her lunch over there.
I wonder what she would do if you walked over and sat next to her and asked to have lunch with her. She'd probably laugh right in your face.
It's hard on a face when it gets laughed in.
There's an empty seat next to her on the bench over there.
There's no reason why I couldn't just get up, walk over, and sit down next to her. All I have to do is stand up. I'm standing up. I'm sitting down.
You're a coward.
I'm so much of a coward. I don't even think she would ever look at me. In fact, I don't even remember her ever looking at me. Is there any reason in the world why she shouldn't look at me? Is she so great and I'm so small that she can't spare one little moment? She's looking at me. She's looking at me.
Other dress. The one I wore to Lucinda's party? The one I'm talking about was a very light blue one with the designer embroidered around the waist.
I don't remember.
Something like this. The skirt went out like this, and it had puffy sleeves and a sash like this.
Oh, yes, now I remember.
Yes. Well, that was the dress I was wearing last week when I met Frida, and she told me she's the one.
Well, lunchtime is among one of the worst times of the day for me. That cute little red-headed girl's looking at me with this silly bag on my head. She must think I'm the biggest fool alive. Then again, she may not even be looking at me at all. I could take the bag off and check and see if she's looking at me. Then again, I wouldn't want to know if she's looking at me. On the other hand, it's getting quite hard to breathe in here. She's not looking at me. I wonder why she never looks at me. Oh well, one more lunch hour over with, only 2,863 more to go.
Did you know something, Schroeder? I think the way you play the piano is nice. Did you know something else? It's always been my dream that I'd marry a man who plays the piano. At parties he plays something nice like April showers. I'm could play something nice like April showers. Or even Berajaka. Beethoven's nice too. Just imagine, what would you think if someday you and I should get married? Wouldn't you like that if someday we two should get married? My Aunt Marion was right. Never try to discuss marriage with a musician.
Well, aren't you guys going to stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance? Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Up, 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 up. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen.
You know, I think most of us don't appreciate the modern daily newspaper. We don't really know what goes into the modern daily newspaper. You know? It's hard to put into words just why one likes newspaper.
Well, I like a newspaper because you don't have to adjust the tracking.
I got it! I got it! I got it!
You give me back my blanket.
No, I've got it and I'm gonna keep it. This is just the start you need to help you break this disgusting habit.
Well, apparently you haven't read the latest scientific reports. A blanket's as important to a child as a hobby is to an adult. Many a man spends his time restoring antique automobiles, building model trains, collecting old telephones, or even studying about the Civil War. This is called playing with the past.
Really?
Certainly, and it is good for it helps these men to cope with their everyday problems. Now, I feel it's going to be absolutely necessary to get my blanket back. So, I'll just give it a quick yank. It's amazing what you can accomplish with a little smooth talking and some fast action.
Oh, Snoopy, you're so adorable. I wish I could kiss you right on the nose, but of course I can't.
The curse of a fuzzy face.
Happiness is a fleeting thing, Patty. And I feel that a man can come closer to it by directing the forces of his life towards a goal that he truly believes in. But I don't think that a man's personal search for happiness is a selfish thing either. For by achieving it himself, he can help others to find it. Does that make any sense to you, Patty?
Well, we had spaghetti at our house 3 times this week.
What would you think, Schroeder, if one day you and I got married and we were so poor you had to sell your piano to buy me saucepans?
Saucepans?
Well, sure. You don't expect me to set up housekeeping without a good set of saucepans, do you?
Saucepans? saucepans.
Well, girls have to think about these things. Boys are lucky. Boys never have to think of things like saucepans.
I can't stand it. I just can't stand it.
Here's the fierce jungle ape, pounding his mighty chest, while the other animals cower in the distance. Now he throws back his head and emits a terrifying roar. Ah! How humiliating.
What's the matter, Patty?
Well, I was jumping rope, and everything was all right. And then everything just seemed so futile. I would have made a terrific trophy.
It's not fair! You promised me a birthday party and now you say I can't have one? It's not fair!
You're not using the right strategy.
What?
The more you fuss, the worse off you'll be. Why not admit it was all your own fault? Why not go up to Mom and say, "I'm sorry, dear mother. I admit I have been bad, and you were right to cancel my party. From now on, I shall try to be good." See, that's much better than ranting and raving. All that does is prove her point.
I'm sorry, dear mother. I admit I have been bad, and you were right to cancel my party. From now on, I shall try to be good. I'd rather die!
Beethoven loved the country. He quite often liked to take long strolls into the countryside. He loved the peace and quiet of the country. They're an inspiration to him.
Give me that ball, you blockhead!
Beethoven had it nice.
Hey, Snoopy. We're home from school. Hi there, fella. Gosh, it's good to see you.
Oh, Snoopy, you're so adorable.
Okay, Snoopy. Back on your doghouse. I'll be out later with your supper.
I think Snoopy's such a wonderful dog.
Me too. He's just about the best there is.
They like me, I think they're swell. Isn't it remarkable how things turn out so well? Pleasant day, pretty sky, life goes on, here I lie. Not bad, not bad at all. Cozy home, fourth and bed, sturdy roof beneath my head. Not bad, not bad at all. Faithful friends, always near me, bring me bones, scratch my ears. Little birds come to cheer me every day. Sitting here on my stomach with their sharp little claws, which are usually cold and occasionally painful, and sometimes there are so many that I can hardly stand it. Rip! I I feel every now and then that I gotta bite someone. I know every now and then what I wanna be. A fierce jungle animal crouched at the limb of a tree. I'd stay very, very still till I see a victim come. I'd wait knowing very well every second count. And then like the fierce jungle creature I am, I would pounce. I'd pounce. I'd pounce. You know, I never quite realized how far down to the ground it is from up here. Let me see. Where was I? Oh, that's right. The pretty sky. Not bad. Not bad at all. Oh. I wonder if it'll snow tonight.
I think I'll walk up to that cute little red-headed girl and introduce myself. I think I'll introduce myself, and then I think I'll ask her to sit down next to me. I think I'll ask her to sit down next to me, then I think I'll tell her how much I've always admired her. I think I'll flap my arms and fly to the moon.
Today, for show and tell, I brought a little surprise. The very first snowflake of the year. Now, you may or may not know what snowflake is. Due to circumstances beyond our control, this portion of show and tell is canceled.
Yesterday I was a dog. Today I'm a dog. Tomorrow, I'll probably still be a dog. There's just so little hope for advancement.
Have you guys seen my blanket? How about you? Have you seen my blanket? How about you guys? Have you seen my blanket? Can you guys help me out? You see my blanket? Oh, thanks, guys. Delightful. La di da di da 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 la da 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 la da 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 la da 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 my blanket and me. It's a cozy sanctuary, but it's far from necessary, 'cause I'm just as self-reliant as before. As a simple demonstration of my independent station, I will walk away and leave it on the floor. Yes, I'll walk away and leave it, though I know you won't believe it. I'll just walk away and leave it on the floor. don't ever let me do that again. I got your back again. My blanket and me. It's foolish, I know it. I'll try to outgrow it, but meanwhile, it's my blanket and me.
Okay, switch channels.
What? Are you kidding? What makes you think you guys can just come in over here and take over?
These 5 fingers. Individually, they're nothing. But when I curl them together into a single unit, they become a fighting force terrible to behold.
Okay. Well, what channel do you guys want? Why can't you guys get organized like that?
Linus, do you know what I intend? I intend to be a queen. When I grow up, I'm going to be the biggest queen there ever was. And I'll live in a big palace with a big front lawn and have lots of beautiful dresses to wear. And when I go out in my coat,
Lucy!
all the people will wave and I will shout at them.
Lucy, I believe queen's an inherited title. Yes, I'm quite sure, actually. A person can only become a queen by being born into the royal family of the correct lineage, then to take over the throne after the death of the reigning monarch. I can't see any possible way that you could ever become queen. I'm
And
sorry,
in the
but it's
summer-
true.
And in the summertime, I will go to my summer palace and wear my crown and swimming in everything. And all the people will cheer and I will shout at them. What do you mean I can't be queen?
It's true.
There must be a loophole. This kind of thing always has a loophole. Nobody should be kept from being a queen if she wants to be one. It's undemocratic.
Good grief.
It's usually just a matter of knowing the right people. I bet a few pieces of well-placed correspondence, and I get to be queen in no time.
I think I'll watch television.
I know what I'll do. If I can't be queen, then I'll be very rich. And I'll work and work until I'm very rich. And then I'll buy myself a queendom.
Good grief.
Yes, I'll buy myself a queendom. And then I'll kick out the old queen and take over the whole operation myself. I will be head queen. And all the people, when I go out in my coach, all the people will shout at me.
What's the matter, Lucy?
Huh?
What happened to your queendom?
Oh, that. I've given it up. I decided to devote my life to cultivating my natural beauty.
Little more speed, little more rope, little more wind, little more hope. Gotta get this stupid kite to fly. Gotta make sure it doesn't snag, doesn't droop, doesn't drag. Gotta watch out for every little whoops. Little less speed, little less slack, little less rise, little less slack. Gotta keep my wits about me now. Gotta make sure it doesn't get the best of me till I get it in the air somehow. Millions of little kids do it every day. They make a kite and poof, it's in the sky. Leave it to me to have the one fool kite that likes to see a little kid cry. Little less talk, little more skill, little less luck, little more will. Gotta face this fellow eye to eye. Now that I've seen you chasing moles, climbing trees, digging holes, catching a string on everything passing by, why not? Wait a minute. What's it doing? It isn't on the ground. It isn't in a tree. It's in the air. Look at that. It's caught the breeze now. It's past the trees now, with room to spare. Oh, what a beautiful sight. And I'm not such a clumsy guy. If I really tried, I can really fly.
Dear Ann Flanders, last year I sent out 52 Valentines and received 75. This year I sent out 58 Valentines and only received 61. Am I right on blaming this on the zip code?
Here, Lucy, this is for you. Happy Valentine's Day. No, that's not right. Here, Lucy, this is for you. Happy Valentine's Day. Definitely not right. Here, Lucy, happy Valentine's Day. Okay, you can do it, as long as you don't get nervous. Here she comes. Here, Lucy, Merry Christmas. Ugh.
Hello, Charles.
Hi, Marcy. Hi, Patty. Hey, you dropped something. Say, what is all this?
Oh, these are Valentines for all the boys at school I like.
Well, we wouldn't want you to forget this one here with the initials CB on it.
Oh, no, of course not. Chad Babcock would be very disappointed.
I can't stand it. Look at all of them, laughing and enjoying themselves with their Valentines. I sent a Valentine's to every single person I know this Valentine's Day. Did I get one in return? I did not get one single Valentine this Valentine's Day. Nobody likes me. I get about as many Valentines as a dog. Oh, my stomach hurts. Lucy, I'm so depressed. Everything's going wrong. I don't know what to do.
I'm sorry to hear that, Charlie Brown. Maybe there's something I can do to help. I think what you need most is to come right out and admit all the things that are wrong with you.
Gee, Lucy, you think that'll help?
Certainly.
All right, I'll try. I'm not very handsome or clever or lucid. I've always been stupid at spelling and numbers. I've never been much playing football or baseball or stickball or marbles or checkers or ping pong. I'm usually awful at parties and dances. I stand like a stick, or I cough, or I laugh, or I don't bring a present, or I spill the ice cream, and I get so depressed that I stand and I scream. Oh, how could there possibly be one small person as thoroughly, totally, utterly blah as me?
Well, that's okay for a starter.
A starter?
Well, sure. You don't think that mentioning those few superficial failings is going to do any good, do you? Why, Charlie Brown, you really have to delve. You're stupid, self-centered, and moody.
I'm moody.
You're terribly dull to be with.
Yes, I am. And nobody likes me, not Frida or Shermie or Linus or Schroeder
Or Lucy.
or Lucy
Or Snoopy.
or Snoop. Now wait a minute. Snoopy likes me.
He only pretends to like you because you feed him. That doesn't count.
Or Snoopy. Oh, why was I born just to be one small person that's thoroughly, totally, utterly,
Wait, you're not very much of a person.
that's certain?
And yet there is reason for hope.
There's hope?
For although you're no good at music like Schroeder, or happy like Snoopy, or lovely like me, you have the distinction to be no one else but the singular, remarkable, unique Charlie Brown.
I'm me.
Yes, it's amazingly true. For whatever it's worth, Charlie Brown, you're you.
Gee, Lucy, I feel better already. You're a true friend, a true friend.
That'll be 5 cents, please.
Hey, Snoopy, how's the fella?
What a handsome canine. Hey, Snoopy, you're so adorable.
What'd you say, Tiger?
Hi, my puppy Wuffy.
Hi, Fuzzy Face.
Hi, Snoopy.
Nobody ever calls me Sugar Lips.
A book report on Peter Rabbit, Peter Rabbit, Peter Rabbit. Peter Rabbit was a stupid book about a stupid rabbit who steals vegetables from other people's gardens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 83 to go.
The name of the book about which this book report is about is Peter Rabbit, which this about this rabbit. I found it very. I like the parts where it was it reminded me of Robin Hood. And the parts where allegedly jumped from the rock to the sheriff and Nottingham's back. Robin and everyone's run from the trees and sun. Surprise attack and captured the sheriff and all of his goods, and they carried him back to the camp in the woods. And the sheriff was kept at their dinner, and nobody wiggled away, and he started to go. Man rushed in, the arrows flew. Peter Rabbit did sort of that kind of thing too.
The other people's name was McGregor. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
In examining a work, such as Peter Rabbit, it is important that the superficial characteristics of its deceptively simple plot should not be allowed to blind the reader to the more substantial fabric of its deeper motivations. In this report, I plan to discuss the sociological implications of family pressures so great as to drive an otherwise moral rabbit to perform acts of thievery, which he consciously knew were against the law. I also hope to explore the personality of Mr. McGregor and his conflicting roles as both farmer and humanitarian. Peter Rabbit is established from the start as a benevolent hero, and it is only with the social increase of pressure that the seams of his moral fabric
start writing now when I'm not really rested, it could upset my thinking, which is no good at all. I'll get a fresh start tomorrow, and it's not due till Wednesday, so I'll have all of Tuesday unless something should happen. Why does this always happen? I should be outside playing, getting fresh air and sunshine. I work best under pressure, and there'll be lots of pressure if I wait till tomorrow. I should start writing now, but if I start writing now when I'm not really rested, it could upset my thinking, which is no good at all.
The name of the rabbit was Peter. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Ha!
Down came the staff on his head, smash, and Robin fell like a sack full of lead trash. And he laughed and he left him for dead. Ha! But he was wrong.
35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40.
Just then an arrow flew in, wing. It was a sign for the fight to begin. Sing. Then it looked like the sheriff could win. Ha! But not for long. Away they ran, just like rabbits who run a lot, as you can tell from the story of Peter Rabbit, which just report is about.
How do they expect us to write a book report?
They were best
of inequality in just 2 days. How can they conspire to make life so miserable and so effectively in so many ways?
Not to mention the extreme pressures exerted on him by his deeply rooted rivalry with Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail.
Peter Rabbit, Peter Rabbit, all over everything does his part, bursting after
And they were very, 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 very happy to be home.
the end.
94, 95. The very, very, very end.
Amen.
A book report on Peter Rabbit. You know, I don't know if you'll understand this or not, but every now and then, when I begin to feel low about myself, I'll see something that will somehow renew my faith. Something like that leaf, for instance, clinging to its tree in spite of all the wind and storm. You know, that makes me think that courage and tenacity are the greatest values a man can have. Suddenly, my old confidence is back. And I realize that things aren't half as bad as I make them out to be. And I know that with the strength of his convictions, a man can move mountains. And I can proceed in the full confidence of my fellow man. I know it now. I know it.
Here's the World War I ace, flying high over the aerodrome in France, searching for the infamous Red Baron. I must bring him down. Suddenly, anti-aircraft fire burst beneath my plane. Or should we used to call it? Nah, 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 Actually, Tough Flying Aces never said, nah, 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 nah. I just, drat this fog. It's bad enough to have to fight the Red Baron than fly in weather like this. All right, Red Baron, where are you? You can't hide forever. The sun has broken through. I can see the woods of Montsec below. And what's that? It's a Fokker triplane. I've got you this time, Red Baron. He's diving down to the sun. The Red Baron has spotted me. I've got to run. Let's go, Stop Camel. Go, Camel, go. I can't shake him. He's riddling my plane with bullets. Curse you, Red Baron. Curse you and your kind. Curse the evil that causes all this unhappiness. Here's the World War I flying ace, back at the Aerodrome in France. He is exhausted, and yet he does not sleep, for one thought continues to burn in his mind. Someday I'll get you, Red Baron.
Everybody up for rabbit chasing.
Oh, good grief. Let's go, Snoopy, up and at 'em.
It's a magnificent day for chasing rabbits.
The sky is clear.
The air is fresh, the trail and woodlands lie open and inviting. If it's such a magnificent day. Why spoil it for the rabbits?
Come on, Snoopy.
Where's that old thrill of the chase?
Where's your spirit of adventure?
What kind of dog are you anyway? I'm a sleeping dog. You take it from there.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Wasting a perfect day like this?
The scent is fresh.
Come on, Snoopy, let's get out there and chase us a big old rabbit. Well, I get the feeling they're determined. They might as well get their money's worth.
Attaboy, Snoopy.
Yeah, Snoopy, we should see lots of game today. Well, Snoopy, it looks like we're not going to see any rabbits today.
But at least you tried.
Yeah, at least you know it wasn't a total waste. I hate to disillusion them, but I don't even know what a rabbit smells like.
All right, gang. I want this to be our biggest and best game of the season. I want everyone out there playing with everything he's got.
Charlie Brown, I thought up some new strategy for you. Why don't you tell the other team we're going to play them at a certain place. Only it isn't the real place, see? And they don't show, we'll win by forfeit. Isn't that a good strategy? I don't understand these managers who don't want to use a good strategy.
All right, the thing we have to remember here is spirit and teamwork. I'm sure if we all bear down and grit our teeth, we can
Big brother, the sun is causing my naturally curly hair to frizz. It's a curse having naturally curly hair, you know.
Charlie Brown, is Lucy gonna pitch again? Because if she is, I quit. You know what she does? She's always calling me out there for conferences on the mound. I go out there for that secret conference on the mound. And you know what she does? She kisses me on the nose.
I'm sure if we all bear down and grit our teeth,
Perhaps you shouldn't be a playing manager, Charlie Brown. Perhaps you should be a bench manager.
That's a really good idea. A bench manager. That's a good idea, Charlie Brown. When we get to the playing field, you could tell the bench what to do. You could say, bench, do this, or bench, do that. You could even tell us where to put the bench, Charlie Brown. You could say, bench, go there.
Bench, go there.
can't stand it.
What's the sense of our playing when we know we're gonna lose? If there was an even 1,000,000 to 1 chance we might win, it would make some sense.
I'm sure there may not be 1,000,000 to 1 chance, but I'm sure there's at least 1,000,000,000 to 1 chance. Come on, team. Give me a T.
T.
Give me an E.
E.
Give me an A.
A.
Give me an M.
M.
Now what have you got?
Team.
There is no team like the best team, which is our team right here. We will show you we're the best team in the very little league this year. And in no time, we'll be big time with the big league baseball stars. For all we have to do is win just one more game, and the championship is ours.
Dear pen pal, you'll never guess what happened to me at the baseball game. It's hard to believe what happened to me at the baseball game. I was the manager, Schroeder was catcher, and all of the team was the same as always, but somehow or other disaster struck at the baseball game. 3 balls, 2 strikes, the bases were loaded with 2 men out. I pitched my curve, but somehow he hit it a good, strong cloud. Lucy, I hollered, it's coming right to you. She caught it as easy as pie, then dropped it. I don't think it's good for a team's morale to see their manager cry. Snoopy helped out by biting a runner and catching the ball in his teeth. Linus caught flies from a 3rd-story window by holding his blanket beneath. Yes, we had fortitude, no one could argue with that. And 1 run would win us the game as I came up to bat.
There is no team like the best team, which is our team right here. We will show you we're the best team in the very little league this
out and me with one strike to go. Then I saw her, this cute little red-headed girl I know. Firmly I vowed I would win it for her, and I shouldered my bat and I swung.
Aww.
Dear pen pal, I'm told where you live is really quite far. Would you please send directions on how I can get where you are? Your friend, Charlie Brown.
Columbus Day by Sally Brown. Columbus Day was a very brave man. He wanted to sail all the way around the world. So the Queen said, "I'll give you 3 boats, Mr. Day." Oh, never mind.
I'm sorry to say this right to your face, Lucy, but it's true. You're a very crabby person. I know your crabbiness has probably become so natural to you now that you're not even aware when you're being crabby or not. But it's true, just the same. You're a very crabby person, and you crab to just about everyone you meet. Now, I hope you don't mind me saying this, Lucy, and I hope you take in spirit that it is meant. I think we should be all open to any opportunity to learn more about ourselves. I think Socrates was right when he said one of the first rules in life is know thyself. Well, I guess I said about enough. I hope I haven't offended you or anything.
What has Socrates got to do with this anyway? Who is he anyway? Did he ever get to be king? Tell me that. Did he ever get to be king? Did he ever get to be king? Who was Socrates anyway? Know thyself.
Hey, Snoopy, you want to come out and help me get my arm back in shape? Watch out for this one. It's the new fastball.
Excuse me a moment, Charlie Brown, but I'd wonder if you'd mind answering a few questions.
Certainly, Lucy.
Well, I'm conducting a survey to enable me to know myself better. And first of all, I'd like to ask, on a scale of 0 to 100, using a standard of 50 as average, 75 as above average, and 90 as exceptional, where would you rate me with regards to crabbiness?
Well,
Your ballot needs to be signed, and all answers will be held in strict confidence.
still, Lucy, that's a very hard question to answer.
You may have a few moments to think it over if you want, or we can come back to that question later.
I think I'd like to come back to that question later.
This next question deals with certain character traits you may have observed. Regarding personality, would you say that mine is A, forceful, B, pleasing, or C, objectionable? What would you say to that, Charlie Brown? Charlie Brown, A, B, or C, Charlie Brown?
Well, gee, Lucy, I guess I'd have to say forceful.
Forceful. I see. Then we'll put a check mark at the letter A then. Now, would you rate my ability to get along with other people as poor, fair, good, or excellent?
That depends on your meaning of get along with other people.
You know, make friends, sparkle in a crowd, that sort of thing.
Do you have a place for abstention?
Certainly. We'll just put a check mark at none of the above then. This next question deals with physical appearance. In referring to my beauty, would you say that I was stunning, mysterious, or intoxicating?
Gee, Lucy, you look just fine to me.
Stunning. I see. Well then, I think we should get back to that first question, Charlie Brown. On a scale of 0 to 100,
Lucy, I remember the question.
well,
51?
51 is your crabbiness rating for me. Well then, that about does it, I think. Thank you very much for helping me with this survey. Your cooperation has been greatly appreciated.
Come along, Snoopy.
Oh, wait. Just one more question. Would you answer yes or no? Is Lucy Van Pelt the sort of person you'd want as president of your club or civic organization?
Certainly, Lucy.
Yes. Well then, that about does it, I think. Well, who asked you? Now, let's see. That's 51 and none of the above. Schroeder was right. I can already feel myself being filled with a glow of self-awareness. Oh, Patty, I'm conducting a survey, and I'd wonder...
110, C, poor, none of the above, and no. And what are you going to do about the dent you made in my bicycle?
It's amazing how fast word of these surveys get around. Oh, Linus, I'm glad you're here. I'm conducting a survey, and I have a few questions that I'd like to ask you.
Sure, go ahead.
This first question is, on a scale of 0 to 100, using a standard of 50 as average, 75 as above average, and 90 as exceptional, where would you rate me with regards to crabbiness?
You're my big sister.
That's not the question.
No, but that's the answer.
Come on, Linus, answer the question.
Look, Lucy, I know if I give you any sort of an honest answer to that question, you're going to slug me.
Linus, a survey that's not based on honest answers is like a house that's built on a foundation of sand. Would I be spending my time to conduct this survey if I didn't expect complete candor in all the responses? Now, I promise not to slug you. Now, what number would you give me as your crabbiness rating?
95.
No decent person can expect to keep their word with a rating over 90. Now, I add up these two columns, and that gives me my answer. There, it's all done. Now, let's see what we've got. It's true. I am a crabby person. I'm a very crabby person, and everybody knows it. I've been spreading crabbiness everywhere I go. I'm a super crab. It's any wonder anyone will talk to me. It's any wonder I have any friends at all, or even associates. I've been spreading crabbiness everywhere I go. I've done nothing but make life miserable for everyone. Where did I go wrong? How could I have been so selfish?
What's the matter, Lucy?
Don't talk to me, Linus. I don't deserve to be spoken to. I don't deserve to breathe the air I breathe.
That's not true.
There's no reason why I should go living on the face of this earth.
Yes, there is.
Just name one single reason why I should go living on this planet.
Well, for one thing, you have a little brother who loves you. Every now and then, I say the right thing.
Of course it's surprising, but I'm sure Lucy knows she can't be crabby anymore. Where is everybody? I told them to be here. If we don't practice, we can't sing at the assembly tomorrow. Charlie Brown, Linus.
Give me that pencil, you blockhead!
No, not till you give me back my crayons.
If you don't give me back that pencil, I'll tell Patty what you said about her.
What did you say about me?
Lucy!
What did you say?
Stop
You
that.
tell me what he said. What did you say?
Stop that.
What did you say? That's not fair. Tell me what he said. What did he say?
Quiet!
Now remember, this is a mood piece. We must paint a picture with music and words. Remember, adagio con brio.
Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play.
Give me my pencil.
Where seldom is heard a discouraging word.
Not on your life.
And the skies are not cloudy all day.
If you don't tell me what you told Lucy, I'm going to scream.
Home, home on the range.
Give me my pencil.
No! Not until you promise not to tell her.
What are you trying to do? Settle my grandma's shame.
Seldom is heard
Give me my
a
pencil.
discouraging word.
No promise, no
And
pencil.
the skies are not cloudy all day.
What pencil?
No!
Give me a lamp.
Give me that pencil.
Bright diamond sand flows leisurely down the stream.
Why did you take Patty's pencil?
Goes gliding along.
What did he call me?
Said you were
An enigma.
An enigma?
an enigma.
Boy, that makes me. What a terrible thing to call. What's an enigma? Never mind.
Enigma.
Antelope play.
Hey, he still got my pencil.
Where seldom is heard a discouraging word.
And the skies are not cloudy all day.
Why is it? I always have my supper in the yellow dish and my drinking water in the red dish. One of these days, I'm going to have my supper in the red dish and my drinking water in the yellow dish. Life is just too short not to live it up a little.
Linus, did you fill out all those forms that Miss Offmar gave us in school today?
Uh-huh. I put down my name, address, and postal zone.
Well, what did you put where it says family doctor?
Oh. Well, I wasn't too sure, so I put down Dr. Seuss.
My teeth are tingling again. I feel if I don't bite someone before sundown, I'll go stark craving mad. And yet, I know how society frowns on such actions. So what happens? Well, I guess I'm stuck with tingly teeth.
Hooray for Irving Berlin!
I hate cats. To me, cats are the crabgrass on the lawn of life. I am a cat hater, a cat despiser, a cat loather. I'm also scared to death of them.
Oh, here comes my little baby brother with his little blanket.
Here comes your little brother with his silly blanket.
You know how babies are with their blankets.
I think it's cute. He's my sweet babu.
I am the Count Dracula from Transylvania.
Sometimes I think I'll pull up stakes here and move out. Broaden my horizon. Meet new people. But just something finds me to this spot. That old supper dish.
Hey, Linus, where you going?
Lucy's teaching me, Charlie Brown. She says her sister's responsible for her younger brother's education, so she's teaching me. Boy, is she intelligent.
Come along, Linus. Do you see this tree? It is a fir tree. It's called a fir tree because it gives us fur coats. It also gives us wool in the wintertime.
Wow, that's very interesting. I never knew that before.
This is an elm tree. It's very little, but it will grow up into a giant tree. An oak. You can tell how old it is by counting its leaves.
Wow, that's amazing.
And where you'll see those tiny little white things, those are clouds, they make the wind blow. And way down there, those tiny little black things, those are bugs, they make the grass grow.
Is that so?
That's right, they run around all day long, tugging and tugging at each tiny little seedling until it grows into a great tall blade of grass.
Oh, good grief.
And this thing here, it's called a hydrant. They grow all over, and no one seems to know just how a little thing like that gives so much water. Do you see that bird? It is an eagle, but since it's little, it has another name, a sparrow. And at Christmas and Thanksgiving, we eat them.
Now, Lucy, how can you say that? I can't sit
And
underneath
when you
my...
feel those tiny stars and planets make the rain that falls in showers, and when it's cold and winter is upon us, the snow comes up, just like the flowers.
Now, Lucy, I know snow doesn't come up, it comes down.
After the snow comes up, the wind blows it around, so it looks like it's coming down, but it actually comes up, out of the ground. It comes up, Charlie Brown. Snow comes up.
Good grief.
Lucy, why is Charlie Brown banging his head against that tree?
To loosen the bark so the tree will grow faster. Come along, Linus.
My stomach clock just went off. It's supper time, and Charlie Brown has forgotten to feed me. Here I lie, a withering shell of a dog, and there lies my supper dish, empty. But that's okay. He'll remember when no furry friend comes to greet him after school. Then he'll remember. But it'll be too late. He'll run out to the doghouse, but there will be nothing left of the flurry little friend that used to play so happily with him. Nothing but the bleached, dried bones of...
Hey, Snoopy, are you asleep or something? I've been standing here a whole minute with your supper.
Supper time? Supper time? Behold, the brimming full of meat and meal, which is brought forth to ease my hunger. Behold, the flowing flagon moist and sweet, which has been sent to slap my thirst.
Okay, there's no need for a big production. Just get off the doghouse and eat.
Do 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 do. It's supper time. Yeah, it's supper time. And when supper time, very best time of day. It's supper time.
Yeah, it's supper time, and when supper time comes, can't supper be far away. Bring on the soup dish, bring on the cup, bring on the bacon and fill me up, 'cause it's supper time. Do, 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 do. Bring on the dog food, bring on the bone, bring on the barrel and roll me home, 'cause it's supper, 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 supper time. Wintertime's nice with ice and snow. Summertime's nice with a place to go. Bedtime, overtime, halftime too. Just can't hold a candle to my supper time. Oh yeah. Bring on the hamburger, bring on the bun. Pappy's little puppy loves everyone, 'cause it's supper, 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 pepper, upper, supper, sup, sup, supper, doopa, 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 doo.
Okay, Snoopy, cut that out. Why can't you eat your meal quietly and calmly like any other normal dog?
So what's wrong with making mealtime a joyous occasion? Do, 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 do.
Well, I don't know, Linus. It looks like an airplane to me. The way the lights are blinking on and off.
Schroeder, is that an airplane or a star?
I believe that is a star, but it could be a planet, you know, or maybe even a satellite.
It could be a satellite.
I wonder.
But we'll never know just by sitting here.
Where are you going?
Going over here to get a closer look.
Sometimes I like to sit up here after supper and hear the sounds of the night. But something just seems to be missing. In my opinion, that's exactly what it needed.
I'm so happy. That cute little red-headed girl dropped her pencil today. It has teeth marks on it. She nibbles her pencil. She's human. It hasn't been such a bad day after all. Happiness is finding a pencil.
Pizza with sausage.
Telling the time.
Happiness is learning to whistle.
Tying your shoe for the very first time.
Happiness is playing your drum in your own school band.
And happiness is walking hand in hand.
Happiness is 2 kinds of ice cream, knowing a secret.
Climbing a tree.
Happiness is 5 different crayons.
Catching a firefly, setting him free.
And happiness is being alone every now and then. And happiness is coming home again. Happiness is morning and evening, daytime and nighttime too. For happiness is anyone and anything
Happiness is having a sister,
Sharing a sandwich,
getting along. Happiness is singing together when day is through, and happiness is those who sing with you. Happiness is morning and evening, daytime and nighttime too. For happiness is anyone and anything at all that's loved by you.
you're a good man, Charlie Brown.